Hey everybody, welcome to a bit of a different episode of Pillow Talk this week. It's me, Jupiter. We've got Jacob here. Jacob, I know a lot of things have happened, and how are you doing? Like, how are you actually doing?
I think now I'm okay. I feel like the past few months and the past few weeks was really difficult for me, and I just want to be like, I want to have that transparency between like our listeners, you know? I feel like we've talked about other people's lives in the past, and like, for this one, I just want to talk about mine, if that's okay.
Yeah, and I think that people would love to. Obviously,
Yeah,
we have a lot of support as well, and you're very brave to actually want to come and talk about it on here.
I know. Crazy. Like,
Yeah,
like, you know this already, but like, I'm just choosing to like tell our listeners because, like, you guys matter to me, and I didn't want you to know the truth, than like hearing like gossip around the city about whatever's going on in my life.
yeah,
And it's been really emotional, like both physically and mentally.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
um I thought about this for a while too. And I've decided to I feel like it's time to for me to step back from my careers and like take a step back from being as active around the city. Like I just want to retire and not worry too much about like being committed.
Yeah. Um, do you, I'm gonna leave it for you to say. Um, but I do have some questions. So
Okay.
we for people listening, Jacob came and asked for it to be more like an interview, I guess. So that we can just be so that he can be transparent on what he's going through. Um, so I'll let you. Do you want to say it now or?
Say what? What do you want me to say? I'm sorry.
Um.
Okay, okay. I guess people are gonna find out regardless, but um uh,
I know it's hard.
I'm sorry. It's just really difficult.
It's okay.
Um
So I mean, you mean
well,
yeah, you go on.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's a lot.
Things aren't working out between me and Marcus. We talked about it. Um at this point we're separated.
Yeah.
Like we're divorced.
And do you have anything against him at all?
I have no remorse or like ill will against Marcus. Like I have no regrets about what we've both accomplished, from having kids, dealing with like CPS, like going through rehab, getting
Yeah,
married
yeah,
and raising the kids, you know what I mean? Like that's it's my reality and I wouldn't have changed it if I could. I mean, but if I could, I would, you know, rewind back time and live in those moments again.
yeah. And when did you kind of realize this? Like, when did you realize things weren't working out?
Um, I would say like a few months ago, I was feeling this.
Yeah,
It's when people like just randomly people that would come up to me and say like, um, how's your husband? Is he real? Like I haven't seen him. I haven't met him. Kind of thing. That's most
yeah.
of like our newer friends, right? Not knowing like,
I mean, I did
who
hear.
this person
Yeah,
is.
I heard people ask if he was real a few times.
Yeah.
That must have been really difficult to hear. And was it that kind of made you like a switch in your head, or was it like building up? Or
I feel like it was a buildup. I feel like everything just happened gradually. We were slowly drifting away from each other.
mm-hmm.
We had our like we were busy. Like I feel like we were just so preoccupied with life.
Yeah. And is there anything that's unresolved between the two of you? Because obviously you've got the kids to think about. Is there anything that's not been resolved yet?
No, besides that, I think I feel like it was a mutual thing too.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So, the other day when I was talking with you, um, we were talking about love languages, and I, what was your love language again? Share it again.
Um, well, I said that my love language was quality time, and that's something I'll never get back.
Yeah.
Like, I loved going on adventures or experiencing new things, like just going on new ventures or like, just driving without like a destination in mind. Just spending time with someone and talking is what I've missed the most. It's just surprise, like, I'm doing a fucking podcast and like I pretty much talk for, you know,
Well, yeah,
but
and
I just miss having like deep conversations and learning so much about someone.
yeah, and I guess with him like not being around as often, it's obviously that's not been happening with between the two of you.
Yeah, definitely.
So you mentioned about how it was a build up and things. Do you think it was like inevitably gonna happen, or do you think things may could have gone a bit differently to prevent it?
I don't think there was ever something that we could have done to prevent it. I mean, when he was around, I wasn't around, and when I was around, he was barely around. There were so many like events that I've done and planned and all that stuff, and like, just releasing songs or like performances that he's missed,
Yeah, so
and
it's like a lot of factors, wasn't there?
there was a lot of factors that, you know, made me realize that maybe he deserves someone better, or maybe I deserve someone better.
And kind of, just I think people might be interested to know, I guess, how do you deal with someone who's not, being active in your life? How's that? How do you deal with that kind of stuff?
Honestly, like it's really difficult. And if I can't be around when he is, or like he finds someone else that communicates better or like who cares for him just as much as I do or I did,
Yeah,
and someone that gives him like love and affection when I'm not around, like I would want the best for him, and I'm pretty sure that he wants the best for me too.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's just the reality is like I wasn't happy, you know.
yeah,
And I talked to you about this. Like
yeah.
it
You
felt
did.
like we were drifting apart, and like at times I just felt lost, and it was just
It's okay.
definitely very difficult for me to commit to someone, like
Yeah,
especially after when I was having a conversation with him and a few of our friends at the vineyards, and he said that we're in an open relationship, even though we never discussed that. That was never something that we agreed upon.
yeah,
you know and and then he said that it was okay for me to flirt around. It kind of just made me think about like him doing that. Just made me sick to my stomach. Like, why would you bring that up and say it's fine? Like,
yeah,
or
yeah,
it kind of just makes you question your like life choices, I guess. And it was just it was just really heartbreaking, and something I never expected him to say and like act so like nonchalant about. you know
yeah. I can
it's
imagine.
just, yeah, everything just feels so unreal. It feels like a fever dream. Like, am I
Mm.
dreaming? Like,
It's
is this real?
yeah. It's I mean, it was unexpected for people closest to you, I imagine,
Yeah.
including me. I
I feel like
mean,
some
yeah.
people kind of like saw it though.
You know, I saw a change in you, um, but I've always seen you as you've always been kind of fun, like a little bit cheeky, and I think, you know, I don't know if you amplified that more trying to like cover how you were feeling or what,
Yeah.
but there was a change. I wasn't sure personally. I wasn't sure what that meant, but yeah. I think, you know. I think some people will be shocked.
No, I know. I know some people will be shocked. You know.
And
I think people just expected us to be like perfect. You know.
you know, nobody's perfect. No couple's perfect. And I think, you know, people put that pressure on themselves, and that can cause issues too.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think that you fully processed everything, or are you still like trying to work things out, like more for like yourself?
I feel like the past couple of months I've been through it. I've been going through it. I just don't really show it
Yeah.
or tell anyone about how I'm feeling because I feel like that was just way too personal for me to even discuss that. And I know how like how messy the city can be and like how people talk and you know just gossip and
Yeah.
I didn't want that for us.
Yeah.
I didn't want people to know my business and see where we were.
Yeah. And I guess that's part of the reason you're kind of saying it here, to stop those whispers.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah, it's...
You know, I think it just feels like I was just blinded by it all, you know, and I felt like I kept lying to myself about my marriage and feeling like it was perfect, feeling like we had it all kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then like it was just me and him. But and then the way that people were pointing it out, you know, like asking where he was or like saying that they saw him earlier today or whatever working, and I wish I had seen him. And I wish like at least got a text to see like, you know, how his day was been
Yeah.
or whatever, or like just a response or something. And I feel like our communication was really bad.
Because I mean, I guess, you know, if you didn't want people to know what was going on, but then you're trying to almost shield it, and then you hear from other people, oh, have you not seen him today? Because I have. I can imagine that would have been...
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal when people bring up your relationship and you know that you're struggling, you know. I feel like I've like compressed it so much in a way where it's like, I'm sorry, 1 second.
It's okay.
Like I just hid that part of my life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely masked it.
Yeah. And what do you think's like been the hardest part of moving on and trying to move on?
I think my hardest part of it all is just losing a best friend, you know?
Yeah.
Just like...
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just...
Yeah, it's...
I'm sorry, 1 second.
That must be...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. Oh my
That's
God,
definitely
both.
my hardest part, I know. And it's like, I feel like I've been crying for days, and I just... It's been really difficult, and I don't think that, you know, people realize that, because I put myself out to be, like, so professional or whatever, you know, when we're outside, or...
I know.
Or even just, like, on Birdie online or whatever, like... I just have been suppressing it for so long, and...
But, you know, you're still a human, like the rest of us, you know? It's...
Yeah. I know.
on probably, I guess, a more positive note, I'm focusing more on you. So, sorry.
No, it's okay.
What are your aspirations in life now? Like, has anything changed?
I wasn't expecting that question.
I'm sorry.
My aspirations in life? Well, my aspiration in life would be to be happy, you know? Like, I've always dreamt about, like, being married and having kids, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if I'd want to ever get married again or, like, do that all over again, you know?
Yeah, it's a big commitment. But
It definitely is. And, like, I just want it to be okay. You know, like, I wish it wasn't this awkward being around him. Or, like,
yeah.
I don't
It
know, man. I
shouldn't
feel
be.
like a lot has changed. A lot has changed. And
Yeah.
sometimes I don't even know what to do.
Yeah. I have one last question. If you could say one last thing to them with no consequences, what would it be? Feel free to answer or not.
Oh, I feel like I've already said what I wanted to say to him yesterday.
Okay, that's fair.
He knows already. He knows how I feel. You know, I know how he feels.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I feel like I'd rather just, you know, he knows. You know,
do you want to add anything else?
I just feel like, you know, I just want to say thank you, Jupiter, for hearing me out and whoever else is listening, you know.
Yeah, of
I
course.
feel like I just need to move on from my life and, like, this is, you know, this is my home and I wouldn't want to leave the city,
No
you
way.
know,
You
as much
wouldn't.
as I want to, like, run away and just be alone for a bit and, like, be with myself and my thoughts. I feel like having you guys around was, like, one of my coping mechanisms or whatever system.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to miss all my friends, you know, and, like, miss making memories and, like, honestly just miss all the quality time spent with all of you, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make sense for me to leave.
I don't think so either. I think you need to, you know, go through this difficult time, and we're all going to be there for you. I think if you ran away from it, you might feel worse.
Yeah. It'll get better, right?
It will.
Okay.
It'll all get better in time.
I hope so.
You're gonna start me off again.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be
Well,
sorry. It's
okay.
it's the
I
topic,
know, but
isn't
it's
it?
like, I know.
It's been a really difficult interview for me. And I imagine it's been even more difficult for you.
To, like, come out here and, like, tell you how I'm feeling, and, like, everyone else who's listening, that probably not all people listen to this, but, like, still,
it's
you know,
to know that it's gonna go out to the public. You know, it's very brave, and
thank you. I appreciate it. And, like, if you made it this far, if you're even still listening, you know, thank you for listening. And as always, I love you all.
yeah.
Have a good night. If that's our outro, I don't know.
Well, yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for listening, and don't listen to all the gossip. Just listen to Pillow Talk, I guess. Good night.
It was an ad. Good night.
It wasn't that bit of an ad, wasn't it?